Well, hi. Today it's a shout out to Stuart MacDonald. Thank you very much for pointing out the fact that my rear horseshoes on my brakes are around the wrong way. Okay, it's an error a lot of people make, and so let me take you for a walk through the book and I'll show you what I mean. Then we'll go on the machine, the car, and find out which culprit. I think there's one on each side, which culprit it is, and we'll change them over. Stuart, you pointed it out in one of your comments, and I thought, oh, Poobah, I better check that one out. And I looked at the movie, and I didn't really need to go any further to say, yes, you're absolutely right. There should be a shoe leading and one trailing, and there's not. So for those of you who may not know what we're talking about, let me show you the book first, where it says this and what to look out for, and that it's a common mistake even in modern day cars. So let's have a look. Right. Okay, hopefully that might be clear enough, but it's important to note the direction of rotation. And you see the whole shoe is this, of course, this one here on the rear brake, but the pad here, it's more to the front, and here it's more to the back. Okay, now that's all taken up with this little paragraph that's here, and don't know if you can read that, but essentially that little note, three-line note on a small book, tells you what you should do. So if you can see that the shoe, actually, it says here that the first shoe, okay, has the lining position towards the heel, okay, that being the heel. So the lining position towards the heel. And then the second shoe, the lining is towards the toe. Okay, now that's all it says about it. So get it right, preferably first time. So let's hop on the car and have a look at that. Okay, I'll stop there. Okay, direction of rotation. Okay, so the top one is right and the bottom one is wrong. So we need to swap that over. Now that might be a bit painful. I've got, you know, getting these springs loose and whatever is quite a bit of a process, but let's see how we go. And just check the book. Okay, so that's the toe and that's the heel. So it's saying with the first, this one here we're saying is wrong. So the first shoe should have the heel of the shoe, the lining position towards the heel. So that should be at the back. So in other words, I've got to turn it around that way. Okay, so let's see how easy or difficult, because I did this quite some time ago. Okay, let's see what we can do. Hold it onto my lap for the moment, just so that we can see what's going on. And I just got to unlatch that spring there, which is not an easy job. So might take it in on the bench. So I'll just stop there for a moment. Okay, so here we are. Okay, so top one's in, pretty much. Now let's stretch the spring, see if we can okay. Like so. I think that's right. That's pretty weird. I mean, I'm sitting at this sort of angle. I'm not sure that that's relevant to anything. I might. Just wondering if I'm out one hole on that whole thing. That doesn't look right. You see what I'm saying? The angles like that, whereas it should be sitting level, and I'm wondering if this whole thing is one hole round from where it should be. Now that's interesting. I have to think about that. Or whether it's at all relevant to anything. There's 4 bolts, so if I turn it, it'll go 90 degrees, it would go too far the other way. Let's do the handbrake up and see what happens. Okay. The handbrake's just operating, pulling this shoe up, which is fine. No, it's got to be right, because all my okay, it's got to be right. Can you see what I'm saying? It's at that sort of angle, whereas the book shows it more flat. I don't know that that's relevant. However, all the handbrake paraphernalia at the back looks where it should be, because if I take that up one notch, or it'll be about 90 degrees, then of course all my handbrake stuff is going to misalign. So I guess that's it. That's got to be right. Yeah. Okay. I will check that, because I'm actually a little bit confused about it, but it's got to be right, because yeah, I can't pull the handbrake mechanism around more, and that so that's sitting correctly. Everything else looks fine, so let's assume that if I did that, it'd be sitting like that, you know, with 90 degrees, because there's only 4 bolts, so I'd have to take it around to the next step, which is not right. Okay, that's it. So let's go back to the book one last time. Now the other side, I'm not going to bore you with it. You saw how fiddly it is. So let me see. The first shoe, this one, has the lining positioned towards the heel, right, the back, rotation. Okay, and on the second shoe, towards the toe. There's the toe, heel, toe, heel. First, the heel of the shoe has the lining position towards the heel. The first shoe has the lining position towards the heel. Okay, well, that's towards the heel. It's got to be right. Stuart, tell me if I'm right or not. But there can't be any other thing to it. But I'm interested in this angle, you know. I mean, the book might have just done it for clarification, but that's it. Alright, put the drum back on, and that's it. Let's make sure everything's all right there. That's the prop shaft just dragging. Okay, so check the other side. It'll be the same issue, and let's call that I think we'll call that quits on that. So won't bore you with the rest of the detail. It's just a matter of